You're watching IntoWineTV, and today we're in Napa at Crushpad tasting wines from Crushpad. And we've got the 2007 Twin Oaks Pinot Noir, and retails for $42 a bottle. This is a very interesting wine. It was made by a high-tech worker by day, wine lover by night. And I think that's the really interesting thing about the wines from Crushpad, is that there are these great stories of people who just have really a passion for wine, and this winemaker says he has a passion for Pinot. What do you think about it?
I really like this wine. It's got a little something for everybody. It's got great balance. It's got this wonderful texture, which I really like in a wine more and more as I drink. Wines that kind of coat my mouth but still have the acidity to go with food and to just drink. It's got a little bit of an earthy nose. I know it's just, 2007 was a great vintage in Santa Lucia, down by Santa Barbara. And with the extra, year in the bottle or so, it's just starting to develop all these characteristics. It's really delicious. I really enjoy this wine. I would be happy to drink this one.
I have a mixed feeling about this wine. Its color is it's lacking intensity, and when I say that, if you tilt a glass against a white background, an intense wine is going to have the color right to the very edge of a meniscus. In this case, it's got a very watery rim to it, and it's not a very deep colored Pinot, but that's okay. But it's the lack of intensity on the rim that concerns me with the color. On the nose, it's attractive for sure, and classic Pinot. Smoked rhubarb, stewed rhubarb, slightly smoky character, and not too intense, not too extracted. And on the palate, I tasted it before I won't taste it right now. It has good acidity. It's a little bit thin, I thought, but on the other hand, it has decent length, and it's not over-extracted, which I like. But then, for a wine that is fairly light in body, etc., I find that 14.2% alcohol is a little bit out of balance with that. So I like it. I certainly drink it. I don't think it's a great wine. It's a good wine.
I actually really enjoy this wine. I think it's probably my favorite Pinot Noir that I've tasted to come out of Crushpad, and I like it because it just seems to be very well balanced and a wine that you could drink pretty much with anything.
It also has a very attractive label, embossed.
Great to point out.
Paper.
Beautiful,
with,
beautiful label.
Yeah.
I don't worry about color in Pinot. I've had some, and I'm sure you have too, some really pale burgundies that are
absolutely.
just explosive.
No, the color doesn't bother me. It's the lack of intensity that does.
Yeah,
to
me
the depth of color is light, but it's fine. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, I find I get all the intensity. I like this wine. I think it's got all the intensity you really need from a Pinot. I think it's not overdone. That you can easily serve this at the dinner table. It'll go well with food. You can have your 3 girlfriends over and drink it. It'll work in either format. I think it's a delicious wine. And at 14.2, okay, so you're pretty hot climate Pinot, and I think it shows nicely the Southern California what you can do with Pinot down there.
And impressive too to point out, this is from a high-tech worker. It's not someone who's been in generations of winemakers.
Yeah, there's something about that annoys me. That a lot of people who are in the wine business to make their careers and to make their livings, and it's a little bit frustrating when people come along who aren't in the wine business and start making. There are hundreds of wines which come from people who don't have vineyards, don't have wineries, and it makes it very difficult for those people who rely on income from wine to compete with people who are just making it as a hobby and selling it and creating too much competition in the market.
It's been at least 200 years in the wine business, so maybe a little more now
much
because
more
you have
so,
more opportunity now. But look at Bordeaux, maybe not in Burgundy as much, but look at Bordeaux. Most of those people that they didn't start in the wine business. They made their money elsewhere, came in. Now they do own the vineyards, but how many of them, even traditionally, how many of the first grows, they lived in Paris. They wanted to enjoy the social life. They didn't hang out in the backwaters of Bordeaux.
I need to contemplate that one.
Well, I think we can all agree that the Twin Oaks Pinot Noir from 2007 is a great one to check out. So we hope you'll try it, whether you are looking for wine for a party, wine with some food. I think we all agree it's an excellent choice. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time on IntoWineTV.